Chelsea and Aston Villa just delivered an amazing closer to what has been a very good Boxing Day episode of the Premier League. See, today is my own Boxing Day Premier League. I know yesterday they played United game, but it's all bullshit, man. Premier League, I know, Boxing Day featured on 26th. I don't know what they're doing this year. The features this year have been horrible. And then we're getting our Boxing Day blockbuster on 27th. No, this is the real Boxing Day fixtures today. So we're going to go through all the games one by one. Let's start with what we just watched. Chelsea game. Chelsea Villa. And it was basically a game of two halves. In the first half, Chelsea were, I won't say exquisite, but Villa were that bad. Like, Villa were actually bad in that first half. And they didn't muster a shot on goal, whether on target, off target. They didn't muster a single shot, which was the first time that has happened on Emery. That's how bad that half was. And then in the second half, they came out. But in that first half, Chelsea were probing. Garnacho had a lot of. One thing that baffles me is the amount of space Garnacho has. I think that says a lot of things. First of all, it says that many fullbacks in the Prem do rate him. Because Matikash got a yellow card and Garnacho still couldn't bring out no romantic. He's an alright winger. There was a lot of hype around him 3 years ago. In my opinion, he's not very, very good. So Garnacho was having acres of space down the left hand side. Do not much with it. Chelsea had a corner kick. This James played it in. Jalpep was come back for claiming that goal. You are up. Come back for cleaning that goal, man. Because that was just the ball just scripting en route to going in. Tell me that's fine, but that was Rhys James, in my opinion. The first half, Villa couldn't really get out of the half. The passes were not very good. Morgan in that role that he was playing outside the Lamale was not really getting in better of anybody. And then second half, years in the second half, Naomi brought in Watkins, and Watkins changed the game. Morgan just put Watkins through a goal, voila. The corner kick in 84 minutes, and only Watkins ended it home. And where Chelsea never really looked like they were going to get back into the game. For Chelsea, where does this lead them? I don't know. Ever since they won Arsenal about a month ago now, they've been abhorrent, truly bad. Their form in the league has been bad. Chelsea. And Villa, this is the first time since the commentator said, I think 1914, something like that. I want to get some of the stats up. But the commentator said something like that, and I was like, wow, this is actually incredible form from Villa. Actually incredible from Aston Villa this season. They are really putting in the fights. They are really fighting for that top 4. And they are planning the way Liverpool also won that game, which we are going to get to. The top 4 is now taking more and more shape. But you see, from that 5th down to 13th, is just the battle of the mid. Honestly, the battle of the mid. So now this loss leaves Chelsea in 5th. But they are still above United based on goal difference, set at 6th. Chelsea have 29 points. And then 15th, Bournemouth have 22 points. So just 7 points separates the 4th, the 5th, and the 15th. That's how mediocre the league has been this season. And Chelsea will most likely finish in March Day on 5th, except Sunderland wins tomorrow against Leeds, which we should fancy them since they are at home. But Chelsea, for Villa, this is just absolutely incredible. Their amazing form continues. And who stops Villa? Honestly, who stops Villa? I have no idea who stops Villa. We're on to the next game, Liverpool. Ryan Wirtz. It took you God knows how long, but you have finally scored in the Premier League. Welcome to the Premier League. Your last match to give your first assist. Today you have scored your first goal. You're closing the year on a banger. You have been mediocre, especially for the amount. He's been mediocre for the amount. I believe in talent that I always believed in. I'm always the Musiala ex-vet high from day one. But this season has been disappointing from Wirtz. It had moments here and there, but like nothing consistent. The final action has been there, a lot of block shot that was reminding me of Grealish, and I was terrified. But he got his goal today, which was a good ball from Ekitike, who has been an absolute necessary. Everything has been better than I thought. Like I always knew he was a good player, but I thought his finishing last season was really, really bad. This season is really, really been good. He slides Wirtz through for the second goal. The third goal on Gravenberg, Frimpong. That was more like the Leverkusen Frimpong, yeah. But he ran down his bar line, cut back, Gravenberg finish. That was more like it. That was more like it. Hopefully for Liverpool's sake, they click more in the second half of the season. But I think they're out of the title race by now. Like, it's pretty generational form from Arsenal. I can see that Liverpool are 10 points behind Arsenal, so I think that's wrapped. Speaking of Arsenal, we go about to the Emirates, where with Arsenal, every week is off. In Arsenal dictionary, there's nothing like, let's win this game. 3-0, cushion, take off our best players, bring the small boys to Arteta will run these players to the ground. Do you know this is how your squad get like they have two teams? Now, their team is like angry on the blue. You hear that meme where that guy come out of prison and he's tasting chicken for the first time and he's crying. Their team is hanging on the ground. Because Arteta is want to bring to the ground. He doesn't rotate because they play too much with fine margins. They are unable to put things away. So when you're unable to put things away, you can't rest your best players. So now if you look at Man City games, not today, but Man City games generally, Ray Mamush was still around. They take Alan about like 75, 80 minutes. Cherki is off around 60 minutes. Before they service, or hopefully this is doesn't even rotate as we used to before. But this is making subs. With Arteta, because they are unable to clear things, every match they talk fight. And that, no sure about them. Anyways, they have to win after City one area. And they open the scoring through Odegaard to a good pass from Saka. Odegaard in that old zone, especially like 22 cases where he was all banging. That season, I think he scored 15 in the league. He said I think he was going left and just put it bottom right. Wonderful finish. And then Arsenal were just probing here and there. Gyökeres had a chance before there where he coughed. Gyökeres, man. I don't know what to say about that guy. He's been worse than I thought. And I thought he looked heady. But like he's somehow been worse. I don't understand how. Anyways, they got a second goal through an own goal, which has been a team of Arsenal game lately. I think this is like the 4th own goal in the Prem in the last 3 games. No worry, maybe not. But then Arsenal, typical Arsenal second halves. When you just sit back, why can't they on the 4th foot, score the third, take off Saka, one looking at as you couldn't do them because you are scared that you don't have a foot on the game. That might work this will Arteta and Arsenal this season. They've been unable to put away teams so that they can do proper rotation. Calafiori now is out. You scared that has been that has been getting poverty in the whole season. Also, he has to start. I think I don't understand that squad depth is not you use this one injured, bring an hour. Squad depth is you rotate. Anyways, in the Arsenal game, they were up to they came back a little bit. Gomez then had that goal where it was like a rebound, bouncing ball, put it top corner, 2-1, and then you had Arsenal. And then 3 seconds to mount. First started to mount. I started mounting, and I'm like, oh my days, what's happening here? What exactly is happening here? Raya had this savior where if they go on to win the league, that was the save. Because Nunte had that goal top right corner. And then a fingertip save. And then you raise it just flying through point. Bryson first had 0 shot, 0 XG. Second half, he had the most 180 combined. Skeleton peppering us, especially between when he scored that goal at like 8 something minutes. Anyways, Arsenal got their win, pushing them back on top. But earlier in the day, City had got their win where it was the Ryan Cherki show. I can't speak too much about. I can't wax lyrical enough about this guy. What does Ryan Cherki not do? Honestly, what can he not do on the pitch? He's probably the best creator in world football alongside Lamine Yamal. 1v1 is a team. Can take on 2-3. He's amplified. I can go left, right. Cherki is guaranteed one big chance created per game. Like you watch Cherki, you know that every game we're going into, Cherki's going to create one chance. That's Cherki for you. This is an amazing trick to have. Amazing trick to have. Anyways, Cherki, after a long first half of City where that was their first game all season where they didn't even have a shot on target. Haaland was quiet. Everybody were quiet, right? But then the moment of magic came early in the second half. Cherki, put right, that's true. One it's master this season, they have the big four. Haaland, obviously spearheaded by Haaland. 19 goals for assists. Unbelievable. You have Doku, who was recording injured, who's a game breaker, 1v1 demo. Big games, Doku would tear his fullback to strength. You have Foden, who is in that folding zone. I call it old zone earlier, but that's not the old zone, it's the folding zone. That zone 14. They should change it from zone 14 to the folding zone. That's what they should do. Change from zone 14 to the folding zone. This is incredible. And now check. Low blocks. Does not exist where Cherki is. Low blocks don't exist where Cherki exists. Don't. So many weapons to kill, right? Which is why I think they might end up going all the way. With Arsenal, they're looking for something. Yeah, Jokeres is not firing. Saka has been mixed and coming back from injury. He had that great game against Wolves. And they had a good game against, forgetting who again, but so far he has been alright. Trossard is like the best 12 man in the league, but starting Trossard at the left winger, I'm not sure about that. You have Martinelli, who, less said about that, the better. Odegaard, he scored today, but I've not been. Odegaard has not really played well for 2 years now, in my opinion. You have Eze, who has been supported since coming to Arsenal. Like, he has not looked special. He had a sports game, yeah, but like, he hasn't looked special. But for City, their front four is firing. Defensively, they look shaky, but they've considered about 17 goals all season. Notified from Arsenal, 5 less than Arsenal, and 6 less than Arsenal. Offensively, they are far better. So we'll see. Title race. Arsenal stay on top for now. City bringing down their necks. Villa as well, bringing down everybody's necks. Let's see what happens. Anyways, thank you. We're on the road to 1K sub right now. Keep on eating the sub if you like the video. More to come. Absolutely, more to come. This time around, we're churching out the beats, talking out the content. Full time if I'm serious this year, but 2026, but serious. Before 2026 ends, the goal is 10K subs. But 2025, let's end 2025 with 1K subs. I will be absolutely delighted. Thank you very much. See you next time.